Hello and welcome everyone to this video on using DultSelect for optimized data retrieval by ZaranTech. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our ZaranTech YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any update from us.
So hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss the using $select for optimized data retrieval. So what is the meaning of optimization first? So optimization simply means that you are increasing the efficiency of your select queries and you are decreasing the load on your database while fetching or while performing any kind of operation on your database or any kind of operation on the tables. So using this select query, $select query option in OData allows clients to specify a subset of properties to be returned in the response. Now suppose I've got some data, I've got a lot of data and which consists of, suppose I've got 1,000 record and it consists of nearly 4 to 500 of columns, but I only need 5 to 6 columns of it. So instead of getting all the data or instead of increasing that much load on the database to fetch out all those data, if I can get only those 5 to 10 columns, it in simple way it will reduce the load on my database. So in simple way, what it will do, it will increase the efficiency or it will increase the optimization. So these are some of the main reasons why we prefer to use the optimized data retrieval. So $select is a way out of which would help us to only fetch out the required details out of it. So using this $select query option in OData allows clients to specify a subset of properties to be returned in the response, optimizing data retrieval by reducing the amount of data transferred over the network. So this can simply improve performance, especially when dealing with large data sets. So it can simply improve. Obviously, I given you a great example of by taking 1,000 data. But in real scenario, you will see that your table consists of millions of data and thousands of columns in it. So now that becomes a really significant benefit and it increases the efficiency and performance of your database very easily. So that's why you should go for this optimized data retrieval techniques. Now, what is the requirement for me today? Let me show to you. Suppose I've got this custom OData services where what I have done here, I have created an entity type employee by using this table, by using this employee table. All right. I've got these 5 fields in this employee table, out of which I have selected only the 4 ones for creating my entity and entity set. Then what I've done, first see we have got these 5 records in our table. So what I've done here, I have created the generate button. Click on this generate button to get the runtime artifacts. Now go to the DPC extension class and see what I've done here. In the methods, inherited method, you will see the CRUD methods, which are not yet redefined or implemented. Out of which I have already implemented this get entity and get entity set method. Now double click on it. If you'll go inside it, see what is happening around it. First, I have used this, I've created a variable, then I've used this IO text request context parameter, which is of type this interface. And in this interface, you will see we have got a method get SQL where clause, which is mainly used for filter related options. So I have called this method and stored the value of the condition which you will be providing from your front end screen. And then I have written a select query on the basis of it to fetch my all the records from my table This is my custom table. So here what I'm doing, I've done nothing. I'm simply writing a select query to fetch the data. It will give me the get and it will give me the all the record. Now, if I want to fetch only a single record, I'll implement this get entity method. So when you'll give a single record, you'll call for a single record from your gateway client. In this IT key tab, you will get the input which you are giving from your front end application. So I am reading this internal table into this work area index one, because since I'm asking for a single record only, so I will be getting a single record in this IT key tab only. So I'm reading this IT key tab into this work area, and what I'm doing here is I'm testing it. So if size Savasi equals to 0, select single star from this ZAR employee type into corresponding field of ER entity where this value lies. In debugging mode, we will be able to see it more clearly. So I'll simply put a debugger and external debugger as well. Now go back, and in get entity set, what I'm going to do here, I'm also putting a debugger around here. Now we are required to test our OData service. So for that purpose, click on this back button. Now what you'll do, you'll go to service maintenance folder and you'll click on this register button to generate your, to register your OData gateway client. Now simply click on this gateway client and click on this execute button. See, we are getting our message as 200. Now select the entity set and click on this execute button to trigger your get entity set method. But in this scenario, we are simply calling our entity set. That's why our method is being called. Now see what will happen here. At this moment, there is no record in this LV where variable. Now, as soon as you click on this F5 button, okay, it's simple means since we have not given any filter condition here, that's why this value is empty. So this my select query is running perfectly fine here and getting me all the data because I have not given any condition here. That's why I'm getting all the data and all of the columns here. If you'll click on the execute button here and you will add the value of URI here, click on the execute. Let's save it. See, you are getting all this data from 101 to 105. Now what you have to do here, you have to give this select, use this the value of select equals to, suppose you only want this employee ID and employee name, employee ID and employee name. Now click on the execute button and see what is happening. Go to this LVware, go to desktop 3 screen and press F5. So again, we are not getting any variable, any value from it. Don't need to use it. All right. See, we are getting our required result here. Go to JSON format so that you can understand it more clearly. There is no need of debugging it. We are getting my only 2 records. So what is the benefit of using this thing? The main benefit of using this is that I don't need to impact or I don't need to give a pressure on my database to go for each and every column for all the records. If I need only 2 columns, I'll simply be going for the first 2 columns and my work is done around here. So this is about my entity set. Next thing is we will call our get entity method. So for that, I will give the value of employee ID equals to 102 here. And I'll click on execute button. See, or my get entity has been triggered here. And if you'll go to this IT key tab, you are getting a single record as employee ID and its value. Now you are required to write the select query. So if you go to ER entity, you are getting the value of 102. Click on this execute button. See, I am getting the data from my 102. Getting the record from my table, and the record's primary key is 102. All right. Now we are going to use here select equals to employee ID, employee name, department, and click on the execute button. Now let's see what is happening here. If we go to this IT key tab, we are getting our value 5. Now go to this ER entity and see what is happening. We are getting all the records around here, but if we click on the execute button, see, we are getting only 3 records here, because what we are doing here, we are selecting only these 3 records to show to my user. There is no need to show all the records from it. So this is how we can use the concept of select for efficient data retrieval. Only show the data which are required and do not need to show all the data which are not required. So this is one of the most crucial approaches and one of the most crucial thing that we should know while implementing our OData services, so that we can use the efficient concept of our select statement. So I just shown you how we can implement it. This is all about my using select statement for optimized data retrieval in OData services. Okay, thank you very much. This is all about